I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. Mundonn joins us. Hi.
Hello,
Hey, please introduce yourself.
I'm Mundonn. I'm a clown, so that means I like to have fun.
And you're all over the internet, too.
Yeah. I make videos once in a while, but I mostly stream
Mm-hmm.
on Twitch.
And Twitch. So when did you get
Yep.
started doing the VTuber thing?
Uh, Officially about 3-ish years ago.
Yeah.
Um, and it slowly built from there.
Mm-hmm. Were you testing out
Um,
the waters before that?
a little bit, yeah. I was streaming a little bit here and there, but then I thought I needed a model, uh and so I got one, and it slowly the model slowly built from there.
Mm-hmm. Did you find it?
Um
Did you find it easier once you had the model to go on and stream?
a little bit, yeah. I found that I could have some fun with the model that I couldn't do before. Like I can um here recently, I made a redemption where they can change the size of it. They spend points, and I'll manually switch the size to really small, to really big. Um, I can give them wacky costumes, or whatever,
Mm-hmm. And
as well.
it does allow that little extra bit of interaction with chat.
Yes, it does, and I like to try to be interactive with chat. Like have some redemptions and like sound effects, or I like to try to get them involved.
Mm-hmm.
Um, try to keep the stream entertaining.
Yeah. Uh, did you did you always want to go online and perform for people, or was it something that you kind of got roped into?
Um, oh, I wouldn't say I got roped into it, but it is something that I always kind of had an interest in.
Mm-hmm.
I did kind of try a really long time ago when I was younger, but just kind of stopped for some reason. And looking back, I kind of wish I kept at it. Um, and like I said, only like 3-ish years ago that I really started getting back into it more.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I always liked games and movies and stuff, so I try to make that my focus on a lot of stuff.
Mm-hmm. So
You know,
you were a gamer before you did this, right?
oh yeah, I
Yeah.
was a huge gamer. At
Yeah.
like when I was real little, wee clown. I uh I really got into games. I got introduced into games.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I just got sucked in.
Yeah. And so what made you decide to go online with them? Did you just want to share with everybody, or have you always been someone who want to be an entertainer?
I always liked to um oh, what's the proper word? I always like to um
Share?
yeah, I think that's the proper word, share. Um make people smile and happy.
Mm-hmm.
I guess you say a people pleaser.
Yeah.
Um so I like to do that, and I'm a huge advocate for games. I think there's a really great way to bring people together and have some fun,
Right.
without worrying about all the real life drama and everything. And
And there's certainly plenty of that.
yeah, oh yeah, oh
Yeah.
yeah, there's plenty of that in the world.
Yeah.
So I'm just, I guess here just trying to entertain people.
Well, you got off to a good start here, and
Yeah.
3.5 years, you're practically a senior citizen for some folks
Yeah.
that
Oh
that are
yeah.
going. I mean, did you
Oh
get
yeah.
how many times have you messed with the model, or have you stuck with the original?
Oh, I always kind of kept the same kind of theme-ish.
Mm-hmm.
I played around with the look.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Here, let's pull it up. I have so many different type of looks.
Mm.
Um, that I can that I can send you later. All the different looks, if you would like that.
Oh, sure, I'll take a look at them.
I can take a. Yeah, I'll here I'll pull them up.
Yeah,
Now and get those ready.
yeah.
But as like I said, I played around with the looks a bunch. Um, and played in just like I said, it was part of the things I like to play around with, give them different costumes and whatnot, and it just kind of morphed. But I got a ton of different like looks that vary slightly and
and
all that.
and you still kind of every once in a while imagine looking back and say, maybe I could do this with it. Maybe I could do this with it.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. The um from the very first one I actually commissioned because I didn't know how it looked, how not it looked, how to do things properly.
Right?
And it was a cheap like I don't know, like 20 or $30 one.
Yeah.
Um and and then later I wanted to change it, but I
Yeah.
didn't want to spend money, so it kind of forced me into kind of learning it.
So
Um
so you're able to do it yourself, DIY it.
a lot of it, yeah. The current what?
No, I said do it yourself, DIY.
Oh yes, the a lot of the stuff, like the current outfit I found
Hmm.
that I bought, but I changed all the colors from it.
Hmm.
Um, but a lot of it I just kind of play around with myself. This is the first model. Here, I'll send you the DM here. That's the first model I had
Hmm.
that I commissioned. Um,
Yeah.
and
Yeah. It's
uh,
it's nice. It's
it,
it's simple.
yeah, it's simple and I told them that I wanted kind of like a clown type of look. I gave them the description, and they came out with this.
Hmm.
They couldn't do exactly how I wanted,
Right.
um, but they did with the Canon, you know.
Yeah. And then you kind of you added the bells and whistles later on as you went along.
Yes, yes.
Um,
And it only here recently that I got an like uh an outfit that I really like enjoyed.
hmm.
There were a lot of them like I liked, but um it was
Didn't quite make.
not quite what I was
Yeah.
looking for.
Yeah. It's like getting shoes that are the right size, but
Yeah,
yeah, they're just not the right fit.
yeah,
Yeah, I know they're supposed to fit, but when I step on a rock, it
yeah.
really doesn't work.
It's like you go into a restaurant and you try to decide which dish you want, try to choose between two,
Yeah,
and you decide one and you like it, but it's just not hitting the spot, and you kind of
right.
wish you got the other one.
That's right. That's right. Well,
Yeah.
but now you have. I mean, if you wanted to bop back and forth between choices, you have a few choices to work with.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and go from there.
Uh yeah, I can always go back and use another one.
So when you're online with this model, what type of games do you like to stream?
I like you know, it's funny. I always get this type of question a lot,
Mm-hmm.
and I always kind of give an answer. So I'm not too sure what to say, but the type of game I like is like roguelike. I really like Souls-like games,
Okay.
and horror games a lot. Like we just got done playing Sekiro.
Oh, now what is that one about?
That is you're a shinobi, a ninja
Mm-hmm.
in Japan, and you are. Hold on, let me pull it up to give a proper description of it. But you're a ninja, and you're serving this prince or something, and he wants to accomplish a goal because he's effectively immortal,
Right.
and that's basically a curse because it's causing a lot of monsters to come about,
Mm-hmm.
and you're trying to help him accomplish the goal to try to end this curse,
Ah, okay.
and you have to go around doing all this sorts of stuff, and
Okay.
it's made by FromSoft, so it's kind of hard.
It's not one that you're going to be able to get through the first try, more than likely.
Yeah, it's gonna take you a while. It's
Right.
gonna take a while to actually complete
You're gonna die.
first time. Yeah, you're gonna die. My I played through it once, and it took me for like almost 44 hours to
Oh
do
my
it.
gosh.
It's not easy.
Yeah, but if you played 44 hours on it, it means it must have been enough to keep you going. I mean,
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah.
yeah, it's there's a difference between a game that's frustrating and makes you mad and you put down, and one that's frustrating but you want to keep going in it, and that must be the
Oh
difference.
oh yeah. Oh yeah. Uh there's a big difference. You'll actually notice in games here. There's actually notice that when the game's frustrating but enjoyable, you'll still play it. But if
Hmm.
it's frustrating and not enjoyable, you'll just end it there. There's a good frustrating.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah. It's one where you know you can beat it. You just have to keep going, and then there's
Yeah.
and then there's some of those games you're just like, I don't even know what's going on.
Oh yeah, yeah, there's if done right, you'll know that you can do it,
Hmm.
right? But you just gotta work at it and get better.
Yeah, yeah, it makes all the difference in the world. So now that you're done with that game, have you got one lined in your sights?
Oh yeah. Right now, um I'm doing two streams, so I have two different games going. Right now I'm playing Fallout 4,
Yeah.
and here recently I'm gonna try Helldivers 2.
Oh, I don't even.
Um
What about that?
s-
What is
d-
that about? Oh, Helldivers too.
Helldivers,
Oh, that one I know about. Yeah. Uh,
oh,
uh,
Fallout 4.
and I played Fallout 1, 2, 3, and New Vegas.
Yep.
I couldn't get 4 to work on my computer.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's kind of it's a little more intensive, I think.
Hmm.
And you have to do some funky things here, I think, with it for to work properly.
Hmm.
Um but Fallout 4 is what?
No, go ahead.
Fallout 4, if for people who don't know, is you are a survivor who survived the fallout, the nukes that went off.
Right.
You were in a vault, and you got frozen, and you're waking up like 200 like 10 years later.
Hmm.
And you have to find your son that got kidnapped.
Yeah.
So that's
Yeah.
your motivation.
You could. All you know is that you saw them be taking the sun while you were freezing,
Yep. Yep.
and
Yep.
and you have to go
You
from
got
there.
woke up, and then someone took your son, and you have to go get him
Yeah. And
or find him.
it's very intense. But have you been able to get it to run okay?
Yeah, yeah. Like I said, there's a couple things that you had to do to make it work properly. I don't know all the things I did,
Yeah.
but when I first started, I think it was like locked to like 30 frames or something like
Mm,
weird like that.
yeah. Yeah.
And you had to do something to make it actually get to 60 frames.
Uh, so he had to clock it up before he can even get it started.
Yeah, they did some weird stuff to it, and it just didn't work properly on PC, and you had to do a couple things. The biggest thing that makes it work properly is get it to 60 frames.
Hmm.
Because like they did Bethesda, they I think there's a saying going around here that it just works. And they really do that to a T with their games, because when it from what I understand is the game kind of gets all funky if it's not at a proper frame rate,
Right.
but it's locked to 30, but it's like set to 60 or something like that.
Mm. So they,
And
they
it just it just weird shit happens,
Yeah.
man.
It's weird enough anyway. You don't need all that stuff. Uh,
Oh yeah,
yeah, and it's well, you're gonna have fun with that. You're gonna be streaming that and the Helldivers too at the same time.
Helldivers 2. I'm excited for Helldivers 2. I heard a lot of hype, and I only here just recently got it too.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
So
it went through a little bit of a stupid management phase.
yeah. That there's that whole fiasco that Sony did.
Yeah, but that seems to have
Yeah.
settled itself
Well,
now. But
for Helldivers 2, it went to Ghost of Toshima.
yeah,
The drama went to that. If you didn't hear.
yeah. Oh my gosh. It, hopefully it's settled up because there were a lot of people that
It,
were really enjoying it.
oh yeah. That's another game I want to play. Ghost of Toshima.
Hmm.
Hopefully they clear all that up.
Yeah. And is there a game that you have in your library that you would like to stream but just haven't gotten around to yet?
Oh, there's a ton, man. Um, a lot of them require, not maybe not require, but it's just more enjoyable with someone else.
Right.
Like, Forewarned. Um, it's a you have to explore like an ancient Egyptian like crypt or something.
Mm,
Um, Content warning. I want to play that.
right.
Uh, what's another one?
Like that.
A Way Out.
Yeah, the content warning game looks completely unhinged to me.
Oh yeah. It it really is. It's effectively oh, what's it called? Lethal Company almost.
Hmm. But there's a
Yeah.
I watch people play both of them, and I kind of get the idea of Lethal Company, but I watch the other one, and I'm like, I don't really know what the goal is here.
Oh, for content warning.
Yeah,
Oh
it's
yeah, you're you're a content creator,
yeah,
basically.
yeah.
That's the whole goal of content warning. You're just recording and you're just trying to make content for in the game, I think it's called Spooky Tubes or something.
Spooky too.
Yeah.
Well, it took them a while to figure out that one.
Yeah, and the funny thing about content warning is that I think it was made for a joke or
Hmm.
something,
Yeah.
but it just like the developers made it um as a joke, expecting it not to do well,
Hmm.
but it did really well,
That's
and
it.
everyone loved it.
Yeah, people are getting into that, and if you played Lethal Company, it seems to have a lot of the same capabilities as that.
Yep.
It's got obviously other goals, but then there's Helldivers 2, and when I
Yep.
watch people play that, I'm like, just keep shooting.
Yeah, that's basically it. It's funny with Helldivers 2. It actually reminds me of a movie that I'm trying to remember the name of right now. It's an older movie
Hmm.
where they had to fight bugs.
Oh
And it's the
yes,
same kind of
Starship
concept.
Starship Troopers or something like that.
Yes,
Yeah,
that's what it is. Starship Troopers.
yeah.
And then I
The
look at it
original.
like this is just Starship Troopers.
Yeah, yeah, and it reminds me a little bit in watching people play of the old stand-up video games, the later ones where it would just go on and on and on and on and on, and not really have
Y-
necessarily a goal. You just had to keep fighting.
Yeah, the wave, like the Call of Duty zombies
Hmm.
waves, like to that sort of thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and if you're and if you're not paying attention and you're trying to interact with your teammates, although you have to interact with your teammates, you get blown up.
Oh yeah. Just one of those things where you just have to constantly pay attention. Um, it's kind of the same type of thing as those bullet hell games like Vampire Survivors, if you've heard of that.
Yeah, I certainly have. I've heard of those
Yeah,
and watched them. Now, when you're playing these games, and a lot of these are pretty immersive, that you're talking about the horror games, the
yeah.
Helldivers 2 has got to be immersive, otherwise you're not going to survive more than a couple seconds. Um,
Hmm.
What about the interaction with chat? Are you able to keep that up while that's going on?
I sure as hell try. Sometimes it's hard. But um, it's just something you gotta learn how to try to go back and forth with, you
Hmm.
know. And there's gonna be those moments where like you that I've learned from my experience that like you won't be able to interact with chat because it's there's certain parts in games where it's just you got to take a lot of it takes a lot of your focus.
Right.
uh like that happens a lot with Souls like games like Sekiro or Lies of P or Dark Souls 3, for
Yeah.
example.
Yeah.
Those bosses are just so hard that you have to really focus,
And
focus on.
and you can't miss your opportunities there either.
Nope. Not nope. A lot of those games, like there's you have to really kind of like pay attention because there's certain times where you have to uh like do a certain button or do a certain thing at a proper time,
Yeah.
and you have to really focus on that.
Yeah. And if you miss it, it might be a long time before you can get to it again.
Oh, oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, so and then chat will, depending on the chat, will either help or hinder you in that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. That's even though it's they might hinder you, it's a lot of fun when they do. That's why I like the games where you can get chat involved.
Yeah.
Um, they can like vote or whatever. There's a couple games out there that actually do that.
Yeah, there are.
They have like an integration.
Yeah, I've seen a couple of those now get in there, which means that the companies that are making these games are paying attention to VTubers and their impact on game sales,
Hmm.
which is
Yep.
a good thing. Uh,
Oh yeah, it is. It
yeah.
is. And I always try to keep an eye out for those type of games. There's not many of them,
Mhm.
but I always try to keep them in mind when I do find one because it's just they're a lot of fun when we get people involved.
So once we're believe it or not, a third of the way through this year, well, more
Hmm.
than a third, almost halfway through this year.
Time flies, man.
Yeah. Have you got any big plans for the rest of the year? Anything on the horizon that's coming up?
Um, Not that I can think of. It kind of goes. I kind of improv a lot of the year. Um, uh, my the busy time, with family and stuff is actually comes around the holiday season around
December.
November.
Yeah.
Is November, December. It starts for me around November
Hmm.
because that's Thanksgiving. I have to do a family thing.
Yeah.
Um, and then October, I think I have a lot of stuff, and then December, and I only get a break after December.
Yeah. It for those folks who have things like jobs and
Oh
and
yeah,
and that everything starts to pick up around that time. Have you got
yeah.
anything long term in the future that you would like to do that is maybe a bit of a pipe dream now, but is possible?
Um, any long-term goals that I would like to do?
Yeah.
Well, I'm hoping that I can do more stuff with like streaming and stuff. Like I want to do giveaways and
Mm.
stuff.
Yeah.
Like I have a pile of like game codes that
Yeah.
I want to give away, but I just never really had the chance to.
Right. Right. And you have to have a good setup for that, and make sure
Yeah,
that can go south on you, if it's not set up right.
yeah,
Yeah.
it really can.
Yeah. And my
And then of course you got to watch out for the people that are like um only there for like the the gift.
right.
And I had sometimes where like people make multiple accounts for it.
Such so
It,
much
it,
work.
yeah, it's so much work, but it's I see it as giving back a little bit.
Well, yeah, but it's just what I'm thinking of. Just so much work making all those accounts and trying to keep going.
Oh yeah. They put so much effort into it. Like, God, put that effort into something else,
Yeah,
man.
yeah, it's amazing, but it's great that you've really embraced this, and you're going great guns right now. I mean, sounds like things are on the up for you.
Yeah, I like to see it that way. It's slow going, um but it's going well so far. I'm enjoying myself, and that's really the best part. The 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 part that you have to look at is if you're enjoying it. If you're not enjoying it, then something's not right, you know.
Absolutely. Well, I've enjoyed meeting you and talking with you during
Yep.
this interview, and I hope we get you back again here soon. Maybe
Oh,
a
absolutely.
little bit later this year once you get a few more things going, and see if I can how many accounts I can create to get those codes out of you.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm not going to be putting that much effort into anything. I'm too old. I'm too
Just
old.
copy and paste.
Yeah,
Just copy and paste the same thing, just change a single letter.
that's right. I do that at work. I can do that here too.
Absolutely.
Hey, thanks a lot, Mundonn. We're going to have
Yep.
we'll have all your link descriptions in the description for this
Yep.
interview. And thanks for coming on.
It was fun. I enjoyed myself. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.